On the map, a border looks simple and clear because it's not a wall. It's only a line created by an agreement or a treaty between people. A line to be respected. But crossing it can destroy the agreement and the people who made it.
Crop looks good, Tigre.
Bigger than Indian corn. You were right. In 2 days' time, we will harvest. Today, I go into the hills for deer.
Crops will be even better when we get those plows. Stop using planting sticks. Sow other grain. We'll make this village a model for the whole Apache Nation.
My son wishes to go with us on the hunt.
Gila's almost a warrior now. Will you take him?
I told him he must guard the village while we are gone. In 2 days, we will have the Feast of the Harvest. We wish our friend to sit with us then.
I'll be here.
Mr. Jeffords, you sure enough think you're going to get Indians to use plows?
I sure enough do.
This town don't admire to have Indians that close. Can't say I do myself. But if the Indian Agency wants to spend good money to buy plows for savages, I can sure enough supply them for you.
Man who's got his own home and his own land to cultivate's no savage, Matt. No matter...
Still driving. He's hurt. What happened, son?
Jumped by engines about 4 miles out. Hula guard's hurt bad, I think. Better get a doctor.
He don't need a doctor. He's dead. How long are we going to stand for this? Dirty savages living so close to us? How long are we going to take it?
Not as bad as it might be. Let's get him down.
Why did Tigre and his band have to move right to the edge of the reservation? Why? I say we got to help ourselves. We got to run them out.
There's only so much good farming land on that reservation. This was given to Tigre and his people.
This wasn't the men from Tigre's village. Looked like one of Geronimo's raiding parties.
Tigre hasn't caused any trouble since the treaty. That's right. And I sure ought to know, because the village is less than a mile from my land.
If we had to make the peace, the government had no business fixing the edge of the reservation this close to our town. That's true. Whenever trouble comes, we're the first to catch it.
The point is, trouble hasn't come. Not from Tigre's village, not from any one of the Chiricahua Apaches. Cochise has kept his word.
Of course.
Let the soldiers take care of this. That's what you taxpayers are giving your money for.
Why, Mr. Jeffords, I thought that money was just to support your murdering Apache friends.
You won't have to be standing on the street. I'll go about our business.
Just grazed his rib. Clean as a knife wound. Ma's doctoring him.
Good. Griffin's gonna cause trouble in this town. A whole lot of trouble.
I don't like him no better than you do, Mr. Jeffords. But he's right.
Is he, Matt? Just happens you hate Apaches too, huh?
Of course I do. They killed Hulgard. Best hand ever had. You killed my son. Mr. Jeffords, I don't know how you can go on defending him.
I'm not defending anybody.
Look, Mr. Jeffords, even folks who like you are beginning to say you're turning against your own people.
I'm just trying to keep you people from attacking Tigre's village for no good reason.
I know. Now, Mr. Jeffords, how about them plows?
That'll have to keep for a while, Matt. Got something else to attend to.
is always good when my eyes see you.
Cochise, I bring bad news.
And let us say the bad before the good.
There was an attack on Matt Noonan's wagon. A man was killed. His boy thinks it was one of Geronimo's raiding parties.
Geronimo.
The people of the town blame all Apaches. Tigre is the nearest Apache.
There will be trouble for Tigre's village.
If the army patrols can catch the raiding party, that should satisfy the town.
Geronimo insults me by raiding so close to my land. I will find these men.
There's trouble enough. If you lead a war party out of the territory, that would be all the town would need. Let the army do what it can.
I will do as you say. But sometimes it is better to take a dangerous chance than to wait safely for something worse. You've ridden far. You will stay here. Tonight, it will be as it was in the old days when you lived among us. Come.
It's that doggone mare again. She probably just needs gentling.
I guess that's answer enough for anyone. Hal just about lived with them Apaches. Stuck up for him all the time. Him and his whole family cut down. Horses and cattle run off. That's their answer to the peace treaty.
Just what we expected all along.
Only question is, are we going to wait and let them get us one by one, or are we going to fight back?
Fight back.
We tried peaceful ways. Now we're going to burn them out.
Let's get it over with. Set them up.
Matt!
I told you I feared something worse. It has come. Geronimo raided the ranch. All were killed. The whites blame Tigre and go to attack his village.
Kind of figured you'd be with him, Matt.
My boy keeps swearing it was Geronimo. Anyways, I ain't got nothing to do with Griffin. And sneaking up on people when they're asleep ain't my idea of... Anyways, I thought I ought to warn you.
You should have warned Tigre.
I'm plumb sorry, Mr. Jeffords. I figured I ought to get to you.
It's all right, Matt. You did the best you could. Think you could ride to the fort and tell Lieutenant Winfield?
You bet your life, Mr. Jeffords.
Not my life, I'm betting. It's almost dawn. We're 2 hours away. You ride to the fort. I'll get Tigre.
I'll go with you.
all right now. Who did this?
Whites from the settlement.
You know him?
A fat man. He killed Aguila and Chispa
What about Tigre?
in the mountains with the young men hunting. They found only us, the children and the old men.
Soldiers will bring a doctor from the fort. Better do what we can now. There may be others.
The white doctor will be here soon. Tigre.
The soldiers did this thing.
No, Tigre. They are friends. They've come to help.
It was the men from the settlement. They blamed you for a raid that Geronimo made. We'll get them all.
How many are dead?
2. The doctor saved some. The rest are still in hiding. Your daughters are still safe.
My son?
He's dead. And the father of your wife.
Geronimo was right. The peace of the white man is the peace of death.
Tigre, listen. This was a small group of men, of criminals. It had nothing to do with the feeling of any responsible white people.
If you still keep this peace, Cochise, we will be strangers in your land. We go to fight beside our brother Geronimo. Where the sun now stands, my face is turned against the whites.
I can't blame him now, no matter what he does.
My brother, there is always truth between us. In my heart, I feel that Tigre is right. Your people made peace with us when we were strong. They slaughter us when we are weak.
Tigre, the peace must not be broken. The law must punish these men. Not a war that could set the whole frontier on fire.
My dead cry for vengeance.
They'll have vengeance. The vengeance that law brings.
The whites made this law. They will not use it against a white man.
Wait a week. The army will protect you, Tigre. We'll feed your people. Wait a week. You'll see the law is not a lie.
You swear this?
I swear it.
I will wait.
Did you get an answer?
It's like I stirred up quite a hornet's nest in Washington. But we get our trial.
Gentlemen of the jury, they tell you, unless you hang my client, the Apaches will go on the warpath again. I don't claim that Kent Griffin didn't make that raid. I'm proud to tell you that he did.
That's right, Jack.
And I do tell you that he did it for you, for this town, and against savages who struck first. If you value the safety of your loved ones and this town, gentlemen, you have no choice but to bring back a verdict of not guilty.
Your law talks much, but the end is the same as the beginning.
No matter how these people feel, the judge is honest.
But he is a white man.
I'm afraid he's right, Mr. Jeffords. Take a look at the jury.
If there are any further demonstrations in this court, I'll clear the courtroom. Now, you've heard the evidence. I charge you to arrive at your verdict. But this is a court of law, and your decision must be made on law and not on prejudice. The defendant is charged on 2 counts, inciting to violence and murder. If you find that he did these things, it is your duty as citizens to return a verdict of guilty. The jury will now retire to the back room.
Just one moment, Your Honor. Before the jury retires, I have something to say.
Seems like I smell engines here.
a lot better smell than I've noticed the last few days.
Throw Jeffords out.
And that dirty Injun.
Yeah, don't neither one of them belong in a white man's court.
If there's any throwing anybody out of this courtroom, I'll do it myself. And I'll do it the next time there's a disturbance. Now sit down and be quiet. This is a court of law. Now, since this is an Indian matter, I think the court would like to hear what the Indian agents got to say.
Your Honor, I've just learned that the foreman of the jury was a member of the gang that raided Tigre's village.
That's a grave charge, Mr. Jeffords. Is this true?
Well, I was there, sure. But I had nothing to do with Griffin having to shoot them Injuns. Wasn't none of us meaning no harm. Just scare 'em a little.
This jury is dismissed. Give me a list of the voters and we'll impanel a new jury.
You men gonna let an Injun lover run this town the way he wants? We're gonna get this silly trial over right now.
I'm going to keep this an orderly, legal trial if I have to shoot the next man that makes trouble. Remove that jury, and any man who doesn't maintain a respectful attitude to this court. All right. Now let's see if we can find 12 honest men in this town who weren't involved in this crime.
I haven't practiced law for a long time. I guess I'm a little rusty. Well, this goes beyond what's in law books. This goes to where we have to talk about human honesty, about humanity itself. There's only one way we can live. As human beings who respect other human beings, regardless of their color. It's as simple as that. Most Apaches have come to know that. They've kept their word. Well, some of our own people have broken it.
Jeffords is still talking to them. We'll take care of Mr. Jeffords.
You know, maybe I've been listening to Jeffords too long. But before this happened, there wasn't a man in town that had anything good to say about Griffin.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Griffin hung myself, but if Jeffords and his Apache friends get away with this, will none of us be safe around here.
They've done it. They didn't even leave the room. They've ordered Solid to hang him.
All right. We all know what to do.
I wish all Apaches could have been here today to see the white man's justice. Thanks very much, Judge.
Goodbye, son.
Town's deserted, Mr. Jeffords. Wish I had more men.
They won't dare attack us here.
But it may not be so easy to take care of him.
What care I need, I will get from my own people.
How do you figure an Injun? Do him a favor, not so much as a thank you.
Maybe he figured he only got the justice he deserves, Matt. Come on, Lieutenant. We'll catch up with Cochise.
I go through the pass.
Take your time and aim careful. Fire now.
It's Matt.
Deacon, about half the jury. They set a trap for you. They let you go till you get on Apache land. Well, I'll be doggone. You set up your own ambush on the ambush. Pretty smart.
Yes. Many of your people learned that in the days before the treaty. These prisoners are yours now. I will tell Tigre what happened. Goodbye, my brother.
Lieutenant, those men were trespassing on Apache lands. I'll file charges when I get back to town.
I'll ride back to town with you, Matt. I want to talk to you about those plows.